This week on Legacy Trails, hunting big bucks in Kentucky and Illinois.
Yes! Big hog pinpointer. The biggest buck that I've ever shot with a gun.
Welcome to Legacy Trails.
He is an absolute giant.
Isn't he beautiful? My goodness.
River, this is what Legacy Trails is all about. Being out with your family.
Knocked off both sets of horn.
Great day, Dad. Love you.
4 eye guards on this one side right here.
I'm so excited, I can barely talk.
I wasn't here for probably 15 seconds and I just dropped him in his tracks.
I got the shoot.
Best one I've ever been on so far, I think. Bust me into a coyote.
Oh, that is an awesome gobbler. Way to go.
Yes! I just smoked a big giant
He's got
pinpointer.
the first buck ever.
And first deer.
The first deer ever.
Good dog.
Come along with the Potts and Horton families as they show you their family's love of God's great outdoors on Legacy Trails. This week's show is brought to you by Heavy Metal, because I didn't come this far to miss. Mission Archery, bows and crossbows that outperform their price. Spy Point, the world's best and most innovative trail and action cameras. Scout Look Weather Deer Log, the ultimate weather and deer management planning tool for deer hunters. Grace Camo and Lace, it's a way of life. And by booksbypots.com. If you hunt long enough, there will come a season of discontent, a time when not everything goes right. You begin to wonder if you will ever get to pull the trigger or release an arrow, especially if you're passing smaller bucks and holding out for a good buck. Nearly every hunter goes through days or weeks or even an entire season like this. Brenda Potts is determined to hold out for a good buck this year. She's seeing plenty of deer, but getting one killed that meets her expectations is testing the patience of this veteran hunter.
Well, it's the first hunt of the year for me. Bow hunting for a couple of days, and then the Kentucky muzzleloader season is on Saturday and Sunday. So if we don't get one with a bow, I've got a chance with the muzzleloader this weekend. But we've got some really great bucks on the Spy Point trail camera, so I think I got a pretty good chance. It's day 2 of my archery hunt here in Kentucky. We're back in the same blind tonight. The Spy Point trail cameras show there are a lot of deer in this area. They're just not coming out in the daylight. There's a buck right there. Oh, at least a buck came out during daylight. He's just too young, too small. Okay, it's time to switch gears here in Kentucky. We've been bow hunting for a couple of days, but tomorrow the mid-October muzzleloader season starts, and it's just a 2-day season. So I'm going to put a pop-up blind here along this field. This is what I call Brenda's field, because I killed a nice gobbler out here. Nobody else calls it that, but hopefully if I kill a big buck out here, everybody else will start calling this Brenda's field too. So, see what happens. Ready?
Sure.
Yeah.
Right next to Mom. That's perfect, boo-boo.
Thanks. Well, it's opening morning in the muzzleloader season here in Kentucky, and it's a gorgeous morning. You couldn't ask for a better day. But so far, no deer. Kind of that's what you expect in the middle of October in the mornings, but we had to give it a try. And that was a rather uneventful morning. I'm gonna go pull some cards out of the trail cameras and go back to the cabin and check them out and see if anything's around here in the night.
Getting ready to look at this trail camera that Brenda put out. See what we got on here. And it looks to me like we got a big one.
Things just got real foggy all of a sudden. That doe slipped by. At least they're moving this morning. that's a little better way to start the morning. That little bug. That's good. Good sign. This is the last night of the muzzleloader season here in October. I'm sitting just north of that blind that I was bow hunting in the first couple of days. And over here in this field is where all the deer were. We seem to have a lot of 8-pointers on this farm. He's just not old enough. He's a young deer. We're running out of light.
Even though Brenda experienced no success in early bow and muzzleloader season, she returns to Kentucky in November, determined for a big buck with her mission bow.
I'm back in Kentucky. It's November 1st. And got the decoy out. I put a pop-up blind in that place I was bow hunting and muzzleloader hunting last time we were here. Day 2 of my November bow hunt in Kentucky. Last night we had the decoy out and saw a couple of small bucks and some does, but no shooters. There's a buck coming. I don't know what got him all worked up. He's definitely a lot bigger than the decoy. The wind is right. Everything's perfect. Why couldn't that be a shooter? He's been here for 20 minutes. It's the 3rd afternoon and I've come up with a new game plan. I moved over closer to where those 2 big bucks were out last night, so I've put the decoy out there to make it look like he's getting ready to come into one of their scrapes, so hopefully that'll bring him in a little bit closer. But that 1/2 rack, he walked right by there last night. We got nothing to lose, might as well give it a try. A buck across the field. He's coming this way. I think I need to run down there and put the antlers back on Bucky. Well, this is my last chance for the early November bow hunt. It's supposed to be a big front moving in and a bunch of rain coming in tonight and tomorrow, so we're going to head home and head back to Illinois. So hopefully we can get it done tonight. If not, we'll be back in the muzzleloader season here in Kentucky. There's a giant buck coming. He's a giant. He's a definite shooter. I've only got about 10 minutes of light left. It's getting pretty dark, so unless it happens in the next 10 minutes, I will see you back here in Kentucky in December during the muzzleloader season. Hopefully we'll have better luck then.
You're watching Legacy Trails. We'll be right back.
I didn't come this far to miss. Heavy Shot, the industry leader in shot shell technology, brings you heavy metal. Shoot devastating patterns and stack the odds on your side with every shot, every time. More lethal pellets, more clean kills. Check us out at HeavyShot.com. I didn't come this far to miss.
Welcome back to Legacy Trails. Know Your Game with Tim and Terry Potts, sponsored by Spy Point, the world's best and most innovative trail and action cameras.
My brother Terry and I, we've been hunting all our lives. When we first started hunting, there wasn't near the technology as there is today. It's a lot more advanced today than it was then. And if we would have had the trail cameras back then that we have today, like Spy Point cameras, it would have made a huge difference back then, wouldn't it?
Oh, bro, that's for sure. Spy Point has a wide selection of cameras and we use all of them.
62 LEDs, invisible LEDs, built-in 2.4-inch viewing screen with zoom and pan functions, built-in speaker, no setup required to use the camera, automatic infrared level adjustment, color photos by day, black and white by night, HD video recording from 10 to 90S, USB port, 12 volt solar panel jack, standard 1/4-inch, 20-inch tripod mount, easy mounting system included, user-friendly menu. I know this year Brenda was really relying heavily on her Spy Point cameras, but so was I. And I'm not gonna let the cat out of the bag, but somebody takes full advantage of it in this next episode.
Hey folks, it is December the 5th. It's the second day of the second Illinois gun season. It's a Friday. I'm set up in a pop-up blind this afternoon. Overlooking a small cornfield. There's a lot of big bucks in this area. I mean a bunch of them, so we're hoping for the best this afternoon. There's a big buck out in this field. There's 3 or 4 does standing out there, and he's right on the other side of it. I'm gonna have to watch and make sure them does get out of the way, because he's behind him right now. I don't have a very good shot. They're just standing out there, probably a little over 100 yards. Them does are moving a little bit. I just shot a huge buck out in this field.
Hey, what do you think of that big buck laying there, Sid? That's pretty awesome. Folks, I shot this big buck last night. My daughter was not with me last night, but today's Saturday. She was in school yesterday, so can't be skipping school. But I shot him last night. We looked for blood a little bit last night, and the sign just wasn't there. There wasn't very much, so we backed out. We come back this morning, and we hadn't been here 10 minutes, and there he is. He's laying right over there. So it's a pretty special day. I got my daughter with me, and I want to get my hands on him. Let's go look at him. What do you think of that, Pete? Look at this big buck, folks. It's pretty awesome stuff. I was in a little pop-up blind last night. It was about 25 after 4. I looked out in a small cornfield. This buck was standing out there with some does. This is by far the biggest buck I've ever shot with a gun. He's, I'm gonna say probably in the 150s, but it doesn't really matter what he scores. I mean, his body's enormous. He's definitely a mature deer, probably at least a 5-year-old. Super mass, nice long tines, big brow tines. Came back this morning and he probably went 100 yards after our last blood, and he was laying here, and he's an absolute stud. You like it?
Yeah.
All right, well, maybe we'll get Peyton one tonight. That's our plan. We're gonna get this one tagged, call old Stan Dado, and get him out of here and try to get Peyton one tonight, just like him. Thanks for watching. It's pretty awesome stuff.
You're watching Legacy Trails. We'll be right back.
This is my life. The weekend warrior. No more production lines or deadlines. This is why I work 5 days a week. I need speed, power, precision. I expect no less than the best. This is my best. This is my chance. This is my mission.
Simple, efficient, powerful. Mission by Matthews.
You're watching Legacy Trails, and now it's time for Along the Way with Stan Potts.
Folks, welcome to Legacy Trails with Peyton and I. Got a great show for you this week. Brenda is doing a lot of ground blind hunting, and Brenda hunts from a ground blind quite a bit. You like to hunt from ground blinds also, hon?
Yeah, I love ground blind hunting. It's usually with me, my dad, and my brother Tristan, and sometimes we'll bring Zach along. And we always have a fun time, and we love making memories in the ground blind.
Awesome. And I can remember they've all been in the ground blind together. And I'll give you some tips about ground blind hunting. You can hunt out of a pop-up blind, but there's also ways that you can build your own brush blind, Peyton. You can go in and you can take ratchet pruners or whatever, a saw, and you can make your own ground blind and build brush around you, especially if you're gun hunting, muzzleloader or shotgun hunting or rifle hunting. You can build your own brush blind, and you always want to pay attention to the wind, even when you're in a tree or on the ground, but more so even on the ground, and that's why we all wear scent lock.
Kids Gone Hunting with Buck Horton, sponsored by Mission Archery, bows and crossbows that outperform their price.
Hey y'all, this week on Kids Gone Hunting, make sure Tim Potts just filled out his Illinois tags. Now it's Miss Peyton's turn, and she has an Illinois gun tag. Let's see how she does.
Hey folks, the second day of the second Illinois gun season, and we're out here on the bottom in our lease, and I haven't been hunting yet this year, so I'm gonna hope to see a nice buck, so wish us luck. Hey, there's a couple does out here to the right. Stop her. Yeah.
She's done.
I see it. It's pouring out of her.
She's not going anywhere.
I just shot myself a nice doe, and she came out here, and she was over on the edge of these trees, and we didn't think she was going to come along the fence line, so she decided to turn around, and she came in range, and I shot her right away. There she is, Daddy.
Yeah. Good job, Peyton.
Me and my dad were sitting here, and we were waiting for something to come down, and we hadn't been seeing much for a while, so we were starting to think that it was time to pack up, and we heard something running, and we look over, and there's two does coming down, and they look like they were in a real big hurry. So they ran up to the top of the hill, and we didn't see them again. And then about 10 to 15 minutes later, this one and another fawn came out, and she decided to turn around for some reason, and she just came along the edge of the fence line, and right when she was in range, I didn't want to risk it, so I took a shot, and it looked like a good shot, so thanks for watching, folks.
Adult deer have 32 teeth. Scientists can more accurately determine the age of a deer by examining its teeth through a process called seminutum age analysis. It involves counting the annual pattern of rings found in the tooth, which are similar to those found in the wood of a tree. Field Notes is sponsored by Scout Look Weather Deer Log, the ultimate weather and deer management planning tool for deer hunters. You're watching Legacy Trails. We'll be right back. Welcome to The Good Life with Mackenzie Horton.
Legacy Trails is so much more than just a television show. We also have an online magazine that is published twice a year. It is a full-color, flip style, and filled with lots of information beyond what we can cover in the context of a television show. Many of our team members write stories for the magazine about a variety of topics. We also have a YouTube channel where you can check out all the previous episodes from the past 2 years. We also have several instructional videos as well as the popular Moment of the Year and tons of bloopers. Don't forget to check out our various social media platforms as well. We are on Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We have regular giveaways on our Facebook page, so be sure to check it out. You can also find our blogs and links to all our other media properties on our website at legacytrailstv.com. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Legacy Trails. Thanks for watching, and God bless.
Closed captioning provided by Hunter Safety System. Saving lives is what we do. This week's show has been brought to you by Heavy Metal, because I didn't come this far to miss. Mission Archery, bows and crossbows that outperform their price. Spy Point, the world's best and most innovative trail and action cameras. Scout Look Weather Deer Log, the ultimate weather and deer management planning tool for deer hunters. Grace Camo and Lace, it's a way of life. And by booksbypots.com. Promotional consideration was provided by these fine sponsors.
Some job positions require previous experience. You've probably heard that old saying, how do you get a job without experience, and how do you get experience without a job? Tip number 5 from our book, Hunting Dream Jobs, comes from Melissa Bachman. She advises to first try to get an internship before applying for a job, even if you have to work a few months for free, which is exactly what she did. It's your chance to show them what you can do, make connections, learn about the company, and get that valuable on-the-job experience. For more information, visit huntingdreamjobs.com, and good luck finding your dream job.